Okay, let's dive in. We're talking about a topic that is absolutely reshaping education as we know it: artificial intelligence. We're going to cut through all the noise and give you a really clear, practical roadmap for how to handle this new world in your classroom. AI isn't some far off, futuristic idea anymore. It's here, right now. These tools are already making their way into our schools. And that brings up a really big question for every single one of us. Are we ready? Are we prepared to use its power and deal with its challenges? Let's figure that out. So, we've broken this whole thing down into a simple four-part journey. First up, we'll get a handle on what AI actually is and how it's showing up in class. Then we'll check out the practical tools you can actually use. After that, and this is a big one, we'll get into the ethics of it all. And finally, we'll put it all together and see how you can build your own lessons using AI. So let's kick things off with part one: AI's arrival in class. Before we can even think about using it, we've got to understand what this stuff is and what it really means for our students. So what even is AI, really? Well, at its core, it's basically technology that uses a ton of data to do things that normally take human smarts. The key here is that it needs our direction, but it can process information way faster and at a scale we can't even imagine. Probably the best way to think about it isn't as a replacement, but more like a superpowered assistant for both you and your students. And this right here really gets to the heart of it. On one hand, the potential is just incredible. Imagine creating truly personalized lesson plans for every single student, or being able to analyze class data in seconds to see who's falling behind. But then, on the other hand, we've got some real hurdles: a total patchwork of different policies, some serious questions about fairness and equity, and of course, the huge need for teacher training. It's an amazing tool for sure, but we have to be smart about how we use it. All right, let's get practical. It's time to move on to part two and actually explore the AI toolbox. This is where we go from theory to the actual tools you could start playing with today. Look, I get it. The number of AI tools out there can make your head spin. But the key isn't to know every single one of them. It's about understanding the types of tools that are available so you can pick the right one for what you need to do. Let's do a quick tour of the main categories. So here's a taste of what's out there. You've got everything from virtual mentors that can give students instant feedback to voice assistants for doing quick research. Think about tools that can grade quizzes automatically. Just imagine the time that would free up. Or things like intelligent tutoring systems that literally adapt to each student's learning pace. The big takeaway here is that AI isn't just one thing. It's a whole collection of specialized tools for all kinds of different jobs in the classroom. Okay, so we've seen what AI is and what it can do, and that brings us to what might be the most critical part of this whole journey. Part three: navigating AI ethics. This is the question, right? This is the one that probably keeps a lot of educators up at night. These tools are incredibly powerful. And with all that power comes a huge responsibility to use them and to teach our students how to use them in a way that's safe, fair, and actually helpful. And here's the crucial point: the big mindset shift. The solution here isn't about trying to fix the technology itself. It's all about empowering the people who use it. The focus has to be on us, the educators, and on our students. The two biggest roadblocks we're facing are right here. First, misinformation. AI models don't have human judgment. They can't tell fact from fiction, so they can state things that are flat out wrong with complete confidence. Second, privacy. A lot of these tools collect massive amounts of user data, and we really need to pay attention to what's being shared and why. So, the best way forward is education. Simple as that. We, as teachers, have to learn more about AI ethics ourselves. And just as important, we have to instill core values in our students so they can become responsible, critical thinkers when they use this technology on their own. And that brings us to our final section, part four: crafting your AI lesson. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's time to take everything we've talked about and turn it into something real you can use in your classroom. Now, this is so important to remember. AI isn't just another thing for students to use. It can be an amazing co-pilot for you, the teacher. Think of it like a personal assistant that can help make the whole process of lesson planning so much easier. For instance, you could use an AI tool to help you quickly whip up different versions of a worksheet for students with diverse needs. Or it could brainstorm new activities or teaching strategies you hadn't even thought of. By taking some of that prep work off your plate, it frees up your time and your brain power to focus on what you do best: being a creative and engaging teacher. So there you have it. From understanding the basics to understanding the tools, thinking through the ethics, and finally applying it to your own lesson plans. This is the roadmap. It gives you a path to bring AI into your classroom, not just because it's new and shiny, but in a way that's purposeful and actually powerful. We'll just end with this thought. You now have a framework, a map to help you move forward. The technology is just a tool, and that map is now in your hands. The really exciting part is what happens next. What amazing new ideas, what cool projects, and what incredible learning experiences will you and your students build together?